So good morning to our panelists. Thank you for attending our research or oral defense. We are from Group 4.
I'm Alia Jane S. Angub.
I am Jeff Lawrence Biderzon.
My name is John Uces Escojaga.
And I am Marian Pimiente.
Presenting our research paper entitled Political Participation, the Perks of Social Media as a Tactical Device to Gathering Support from Public. Moving on for our contents, first, Alia.
So we have here the objectives.
Second is the background of the study.
Third is a review of related literature.
And the last topic that we need to discuss is the methodology.
And now, moving on, John, can we show the objectives? For the objectives of this paper, first is to determine if political information from social media affects perceptions for a particular political figure and politics in general. Second is to assess the factors that changes political views based off what are consumed on social media. And thirdly is to confirm whether social media platforms are a perk for gaining political support from the public. For the background of the study, under this, the statement of the problem and scope of the limitation is included. John? So for the background of this study, political participation can be loosely defined as citizens' activities affecting politics. These activities include voting, demonstrating, contacting public officials, boycotting, attending parties, rallies, and even volunteering. Now that we are in the middle of the pandemic, these activities shifted from being done face-to-face to online. Nowadays, different social media platforms are being used for political particulars. Social media has given politicians power over how they distribute information and gain support from the public. During the pandemic, only politicians can use social media to express their aspirations for the country, pushing the voters to participate on the internet. But social media cannot always be trusted since some of the news, links, posts, and pages are often not legitimate. There is a need to strengthen the correlation between political participation in social media, and through this, it can be determined that social media platforms do indeed serve perks for gathering support from the public more evidently during the eve of the election.
For the statement of the problem. Next slide, please. Political participation among people has been increasing in the digital age, and the interest in knowing what makes it easier for people to get involved in politics draws a question of whether social media platforms play a role. The study targets to know the various reasons and underlying factors of social media usage that substantially affect voters and how they decide who they must vote for, as well as the politics involved. The objective of this study is to learn how such means like social media platforms bridge an edge in influencing people's political views to align it with theirs, consequently gathering support from the common people or the public.
And for the scope and the limitation, under this study, the study aims how social media platforms affect them in terms of influence and attraction that lead them to support that certain candidate is postulated instead. The study is also focused on learning whether support and obtained with the political information they see on their social media accounts. The study will be limited in conducting research in the following social media platforms, which is the Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube. The participants are limited to 18 years of age and above and only 25 students. Finally, the researchers used survey questionnaire to gather data from the respondent. Lastly, this study does not cover the political bets of the surveyee alongside of their political stance.
For the review of related literature, Despite recent years, social media has been calling off due to its negative effects on our society and individual themselves. Many researchers have emphasized on how social media has eroded our mind and body, causing health and social problems. Yet, social media has become a driving force in our modern society, molding modern society thinkers in terms of political participation. According to Bloomberg and Copeland, they emphasize the role of new media in political participation, improving political efficiency. This is the power of social media that has allowed our modern society to get information faster, where casual social media users have gained awareness of their surroundings, where people used to care less have tendencies to shift in beliefs. The internet has developed interest towards politics of its users and improved the political efficiency of respondents, which create their online and offline political engagement. The use of internet has become the main source of political efficiency and political participation, enhancing awareness about voting and campaigning.
For the review of related studies, John. Also, despite the obvious detrimental impacts of social media on people, its popularity continues to grow. People have the flexibility to utilize social media whatever they want since they can choose from a variety of possibilities in how they use it. Citizens are now empowered with social media tools to force people, particularly the government, to listen to what they care about and even to demand respect. Research on social media on societal level issues has addressed politics and government for better reach, relevancy, and engagement. Generation Z and millennials mostly are fond of using different social media platforms. Although social media have advantages and disadvantages, it will depend on how the public wants to use this tool as they go on with their lives. The current study extends this line of research by analyzing the effects of the specific content to which social media users with specific media diets are exposed on political perceptions and preferences. This party-specific measure of social media exposure allows the estimation of three different social media effects in relation to the effects of the content of mass media. Next is the measure. This measures makes it possible to estimate the multi-step effect of the content of self-selected media through extra social media exposure to a party. Thus, the current study enables an assessment of the combined effects of mass media and even the social media content.
And for the methodology, under this topic, we have the respondent sampling procedure, validation, and plan for data analysis. And for the respondents, our respondent is the researchers will have the primary subject that this study needs are the grade 12 student enrolled in academic year 2021-2022 at Lucrecia Arcasilag Senior High School. And for the sampling procedure, we use the cluster technique and the quota solving formula like Mr. Velasquez said.
So for the validation, variable to be measured, effectiveness of social media in gathering support from the public with regard to political information, face valid reasons like one, extremely unlikely, two, unlikely, three, neutral, four, likely, five, extremely likely. The political information I get from social media changes my perceptions of certain politicians. I believe that politicians who use social media for political information dissemination get more support from the public, more face valid measures. Social media platforms have the power to strengthen democracies by echoing public opinion. Clay Shirky argues that social media can help to increase freedom and change people's political views by exposing them to other opinions echoed by friends, family members, and colleagues. In the last several years, political actors have begun to use the knowledge power of social media to their advantage. The, the statistic shows the results of a survey conducted from September 1 to 7, 2018 about social media use and its impact on political views in the Philippines. During the period examined, 71% of the respondents from the Visayas region claimed to have changed their political views because of something they saw on social media. In the National Capital Region of Manila, 58% of the respondents stated to have not changed their political views through social media influence.
For the plan of data analysis, in analyzing the data given by the respondents and the answer to the question given in the state of the problem, the following equation must be used. The equation has been already given. And second is ranking will be used on how social media, in terms of time, influence, and power, changes people's political participation. Third is weighted mean will be computed in order to show the respondent's answer in the survey, given below. So here's the scale and how we have used upon the interpretation of a weighted mean. So for the scale, so as the given by Ms. Anu, been stated by Ms. Anu, the scale was being given here. So the weighted mean for each of the scale, as interpreted, is scale 5, weighted mean is 5.0 to 5.29. The interpretation is extremely likely. 4 is 4, scale 4 is 4.0 to 4.99, which is interpretation likely. 3 is 3.0 to 3.99, which is neutral. Scale 2 is 2.0 to 2.99, which is unlikely. And 1 is 1.0 to 1.99, which is extremely unlikely. So for the person's correlational coefficients will be used to determine the relationship between social media and the people's political participation. As a equation has been given.
So for all the panelists who have attended, thank you and mabuhay. Thank you for attending our research research defense, and yeah, see you guys. Thanks for any question we're free to answer. Bye.